What is going on, yo? It is your boy Martin, aka the Boxing Purist. Welcome to the Truth and Absolute channel where I speak the truth and nothing but the truth. So help me, good God Almighty. If this is your first time here, make sure that you hit the channel with the 3-piece, okay? Like, subscribe, notification bell. Now let's get straight into this one. So, just yesterday, man, I'm cruising to work, you know what I'm saying? I'm going through YouTube, something to listen to on the way in. You know, normally it's some gospel stuff. Normally it's boxing news. I'm all over the place with it. But yesterday, man, I saw a video. It was David Benavidez. I'm not exactly sure when the video was from, but it was on Shay's podcast. Y'all know Shannon Sharpe and Chad Ochocinco was there, right? The interview was pretty cool. It was pretty cool, you know what I'm saying? But I got to give you my takeaways, and I'm sorry about this, guys, okay? I'm that type of person. No personal attack on David Benavidez, like I get accused of a lot, right? But and this is just in any sport, okay? This is something that I don't know. It rubs me the wrong way, not only in sports, in general, okay? Like, it's one thing to speak about your accomplishments, right? And it's one thing to boast on something that you have not accomplished yet, okay? So I'm gonna give you guys my takeaways from this. Now, one thing that I could say, is that David Benavidez is a confident guy. He's a confident guy. He's confident in his skills, all of the above. I'm not mad at that, okay? You should think that you could beat anyone. You should think that you could go up there and fight the best and beat the best, okay? Like, I don't knock that. So when he talks like that, you know, like, I feel like I'm the best. I feel like I'm the best. All power to you. All power to you. I'm not mad at that, and we should not hate on that, okay? However, in my personal opinion, there is a line that you could cross where you're kind of starting to sound arrogant on stuff that you have not yet accomplished. By all means, okay? By all means, he has the tools to be able to do so, okay? By all means, he's equipped with what it takes to become how he presents himself now, okay? He has all the attributes. He has all the tools. He could become what he's speaking about. But damn it, could we wait till you do it before you start patting yourself on the back so hard? Listen, y'all, I'm not taking away, before I keep going with this, I'm not downplaying David Benavidez, the fighter inside that ring. Let's just make that perfectly clear now. I'm not taking away from what the guy could do inside the ring. It's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about it's these kind of things that you say, not only Benavidez, when anyone says them, that rub people off the wrong way, okay? Maybe myself, it just rubs me the wrong way. Now, let me speak on a couple of those key points. Now, this is probably the one that stood out the absolute most, right? He was asked about, okay, opponents, you know, and David Morrell, I guess, made a comment that, you know, he hasn't really faced anybody, that he faced people that were coming up in weight, down in weight, or they were on their way out, in which when you look at, okay, we praise David for beating David Lemieux. Now, by all means, it was an impressive win, but that was a David Lemieux on his way out, okay? We love to blow up the fact that he beat Demetrius Andrade, but we also forget that Demetrius Andrade has been one of the most unactive fighters. Now, let me just say something really quick. Demetrius Andrade, once upon a time, had he stayed busy, I'm talking about 5 years ago, and he kept busy, that man would have done damage at 160. Damage at 160. I'm a fan of the guy. But I'd be lying if I said that the one that David Benavidez fought, and then he jumped up to 168, was the dude that we used to see 7-8 years ago, okay? It was just not the case. When he said a line that he said that he makes great fighters look average, you know, I put my thinking cap on for a second, and I'm like, okay, what great fighter has he faced that he made look average, okay? Because he fought Caleb Plant, which up to date, in my personal opinion, is the best guy that he's fought in, and he beat Caleb Plant, don't get me wrong, but I don't think he made Caleb Plant look average. I mean, do you guys think he made him look average? I personally don't think so. I thought Caleb Plant held his ground for a lot of that fight. Now, mind you, there was some interference from the ref where he allowed Caleb Plant to hold on just a little bit too long for my likings. But nonetheless, he did not make Caleb Plant look average. So I'm trying to think, what great fighters did you make look average, David Benavidez? I believe in your skill. I believe in your attribute. But on this one, I'm going to call you bluff because you ain't been in there with someone great that you made look average. Another thing. He said that the fight with Caleb Plant was an easy fight, okay? He said that fight wasn't hard, to be honest, I believe was the words that he used. And I'm thinking again, Well, you sure had a way of making that fight look like it was a good fight, because if I'm not mistaken, it was like nominated for Fight of the Year in a couple of things, right? Like the fight was an overall good fight by both fighters. David got the clear victory. Let's not take that away from him. But to say that he made it look easy or that it was an easy fight for him, once again, I'm like, bro, you realize that we watched that fight. Okay, you realize that we watched that fight, bro, and up to date, that's the guy, the best guy that you've been in there with up until now. I know he has plans to do bigger and better things, but as of right now, okay, we're not going to give you the flowers off of potential, my man. All right, then started talking about his sparring, right, which gets talked about a lot. Now, I've never heard a fighter speak about their sparring experiences as much as David Benavidez does. Now, unless y'all don't know, man, you'd be surprised what you could find on YouTube, okay? You could trace back to seeing heavyweights, all weight classes through the 90s, and there'll be guys sparring in there that you never knew sparred before. Okay, you could see, I'm talking about, if I'm not mistaken, you could find like Holyfield Tua sparring. You could see a whole lot of dudes sparring, and you may say, wow, in sparring, he got the best of them. But bro, sparring is sparring. Okay, in case y'all don't know, the whole point of sparring is not supposed to be a match with gear on. No, most of the time in sparring, let's just say, for example, that you have, let's just take Devin Haney, for example, okay? Your goal, Devin Haney, is to not get caught with the left hook from whoever you're sparring. That's your number one goal in there. Get your shots off, be defensive, do what you got to do. The goal is you're going to spar 5 rounds. Let's try to limit you getting hit with that left hook to 1 or 2 times. Let's limit it. Let's not get caught. You tell the other guy, okay, this is what we're looking for. This is what you need to do inside the ring. This is what we're trying to help him with. A lot of the times, that is the point of sparring. So he talks about sparring Triple G when he was 15, sparring Peter Quillen when he was 15, which by all means is damn impressive, if I could say so myself, because he's a kid, a teen going up against dudes that were his size. He might have even been bigger than them, but grown men nonetheless with grown men strength. So I applaud it all day. Am I going to say you're a great fighter because you were sparring them at that age? His brother, Jose Benavidez Jr., sparred Manny Pacquiao when he was 17. I've never heard Jose Benavidez Jr. use that as a flex inside the ring. Did it translate into the ring? Great, good fighter, by all means, but did it translate into the ring? Okay, was Manny Pacquiao taking it hard on you, or was he working in something in sparring? Okay, he talks about his sparring matches with Bivol. Again, he talks about it like he beat Bivol in sparring. Bivol tells a story that, well, I thought it was a sparring match, and in that sparring match, we were working on certain things that I needed to correct inside that ring. So it's not a, let's go 10 rounds, ding, ding, heavyweight or light heavyweight fight, let's get into it, but you guys wear gear now. No, 16-ounce gloves, headgear, mid protection. You're working on stuff inside that ring. That's it. Now, mind you, a lot of fighters use sparring in order to stay in shape, and those guys may go all out. Nonetheless, it's sparring. Okay, that's all it is. So I give props for doing also, but sparring sections, they don't make you a great fighter, bro. That does not translate into today that you're gonna put that under your bag of accomplishments or whatever, in my opinion. And at the same time, it's kind of disrespectful against the guys you're talking about, because it is a sparring match, but you're talking about them like you beat them. Again, this is one of those things that rubs me off the wrong way. It's like when you hear basketball stories. Oh, I got the best of him in practice. We had to guard each other, and I stole the ball from him, and I scored on him. And okay, that was practice. Does that make you better than the guy? Absolutely not. So those kind of stories, they just kind of, they hit your boy the wrong way. There was one more case. Oh, and then another thing, he's talking all these things that after he gets the belt from these guys and after he fights Bivol and Beterbiev, that he's going to jump up to cruiserweight and all this kind of stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, bro, how about you fight David Morrell first, in which he has a great chance of beating David Morrell by all means. He has to be the favorite for the fight, right? He has to be. But how about we do it one thing at a time? Because now you're kind of overlooking not one fighter, you're overlooking a few fighters like they're nothing but stepping stones for you, which they very well could be. But up to now, bro, we just want to hear you talk about one fight, and that is it. Now, this is what rubs me the wrong way about David Benavidez when he starts talking like this. And again, y'all, I'm not taking away from what the man does inside the ring. This is the part, though, where people just start getting a little turned off by certain fighters. Anyway, man, let me know what y'all think, man. Drop it in the comment section. If I don't respond to your comment, yo, it is not intentionally. Sometimes I'm doing stuff, and as the comments keep coming in, ones get pushed to the side. I go back and try to answer all of them, but it's nothing personal, no favoritism, no nothing. Anyway, y'all, remember tonight, 8 p.m., we're going live tonight talking about tomorrow's fight. It's the day before, baby. Much love to y'all. God bless y'all, and peace.